Hi guys, Ella Mary meets everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. I know I'm a little dark, but I only got to give a few seconds anyway to talk to you. So let me shed some light on the subject. Oh, that's better. Today we have a couple things to discuss, and I only take a few seconds of your time. I know my friends with ADHD do not have the patience to sit there for long stories, so I'm going to keep this short. One of our regulars is in hospital right now. I don't know for what, but I do wish for you to put your thoughts and prayers in for CP. CP did not tell me nothing about why she's in the hospital. So I thought I would take the time to let you know that. I also wanted to show you. Yes, I finally got it clean. So we're missing the 7 key. It's been missing for a while. And that was one messy insides of this keyboard. I mean, this thing was disgusting, okay? I did not test the USB ports on the side. I don't see why they wouldn't work anyway, considering the fact is they worked fine originally. There's 2 USB key 1.1 ports. This is the back, this is the side, this is the front, and yeah. Now this keyboard already worked perfectly from the beginning, except for the spacebar was all messed up. I got the spacebar but fixed better, but compare that with this keyboard in here. I cleaned it out, and I'm still having problem with 2 column lines in the matrix, possibly 3 column lines in the matrix. I don't think it's necessarily the keyboard assembly, but you know, I don't know. But I cleaned it and I got it all nice and good, and it doesn't work. Need I say that I find that most disappointing? But you know what? That's life, right? When has life ever been a perfect thing? So anyway, I got at least 1 extra USB keyboard working for the time being for an Apple Mac. Now, some people have said to me is, when USB ports on a Mac, can't you just use any kind of keyboard you want? And the answer is that depends on a lot of things. The first thing it depends on is the person using this keyboard used to a certain structure that will no longer presently exist. In other words, if that person is, let me sure things don't go. Yeah, but doesn't know just as well. Okay, if you are used to a certain type of workflow where the Apple key, I don't want to press the keys on this keyboard, but the Apple key is next to the space bar, the Apple command key, where the Windows key or the Alt key is next to the space bar. You may get really confused in your workflow, and some people may or may not be able to accommodate for that. Of course, there are certain keys on the Mac keyboard that are designed to work with the multimedia functions on most Macs, but they're really kind of a low importance. So I mean, if your keyboard lacks those keys, and this one does, this one's plugged in, I might as well show you this. This is my Performa. This is a Mac Pro, the original Mac Extended Pro keyboard. It's an Apple desktop bus keyboard, and I'm connected to this USB computer through an iMe adapter. On the back here, you'll see in the pocket is where an external Apple desktop bus mouse can plug into. So you can plug a ADB bus mouse in this as well. For most things, it will work fine as that. I don't have a problem with that. Okay. The only thing is what the iMate is designed to do, and I don't know why iMate does that, is when you turn the computer on, it turns on the caps lock, and everything's typing in capitals. Maybe for some things it doesn't really matter, but in some programs it does. So like I told Dory to just make sure to when you turn the computer on, just press the caps lock, the green light goes out, and you should be all set to go. Okay? Unfortunately, speaking of green light, there's still a little bit of a loose connection in the traces of the keyboard I fixed, because the green light for cap locks isn't consistently staying lit. So I think there's still some loose connection, and possibly be caused by a lot of reasons, but it's really not a big showstopper, and it's certainly not worth tearing the keyboard apart just to tighten a screw in the first place. Trust me. It was a lot of work getting it apart, and it was even just as time-consuming reassembling it back together again, so it would still look close to it would if you had bought it new from Apple. Of course, you can still see it's still got some scratches, and it's been battered, and but yeah, okay. The point is it shows you the keyboard in the workflow, and that's the whole point. Now, I was looking at some alternatives for these membrane-type keyboard. This is a membrane keyboard. The two I worked on are membrane keyboards. In other words, inside, underneath the keypad, there is like a sandwich. Like let's use this mouse pad for example. Okay, pretend this is two mouse pads. So here we have our sandwich, okay? And on each side of this sandwich, there's a slight gap. So when you press the key closes two contacts on the sandwich in the row and column in the keyboard matrix. And that's what makes a keyboard keystroke. Well, clearly the problem is if you got that kind of situation, that's not going to really help you much, because one of the problems is the keyboards can feel kind of spongy. I mean, they don't have that solid. Well, I'm a ham-fisted typist, but I'm not as bad as someone else I know who originally damaged the spacebar. He actually literally punched a hole in the rubber cup. So the cup was forever no good. Okay? So, unfortunately, I had to disable keys 15, and I disabled 14 as well, because I lost the cup. So 14 and 15 on that keyboard are disabled, and which I don't even think most Macs use a keypad. At least not maybe 13, 14, and 15. Which, like this keyboard here, like the Rosetta Stone, it says 13 is print screen, 14 is scroll lock, and 15 is pause. Now, if you actually think about that, that means that keys, the ones that are kind of foobar, well, temporarily foobar, the actual keys are workable. The PC I hardly ever used. And one of the keys, I think it's the scroll lock, is also the assist request key. Well, there's an interesting question. What the hell are you going to do with a assist request key? Like I said, they're not rarely new. They're rarely used even on a PC. So those 3 keys were the ones I decided to sacrifice the rubber cups from and put them in the other ones that had the needed cups. Okay, it works. But I want something with a little bit better. I really miss my old IBM Model M keyboard, which for those of you who don't know what that is, it's a big keyboard and it has a big load clackers. They clack, click, 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 click when you type on them, okay? They have that solid click. And it's actually a capacitance keyboard. It's using a bucky switch or a buck switch. But the point was with the IBM keyboard, with that Model M keyboard, those clacking, clicking feel was really easy and really solid, and that's what I miss. So I was looking to find if I could find some decent USB compatible keyboards that would give me some of the old school feel. I found a lot of gaming keyboards that using Cherry MX key switches. Okay, and also garish LED lights. Now I know I can turn the LEDs off, okay, but the point is what? Okay, can I? If I decide I do want the LEDs on, say for example, late night typing or whatever, can I set the LED brightness to like a low brightness so it won't hurt my eyes? So at nighttime might causing too much glare. That's the question. And also I noticed that these keyboards with mechanical keyboards are of course more expensive. They are more expensive because you got to pay for the printed circuit board that makes them work. The cathode keyboard switches are sitting on a printed circuit board. Yeah. But now I got an entire storage bin full of Dell keyboards that are standard type like this. Sponge-matics, yeah. Same kind of spongy feel, but they're not quite as spongy. And they are, I need to put it to work, so I might as well just get a PS2 adapter for PS2 keyboard and mouse plugged into a Mac or a PC that don't have USB ports. I happen to have both. I happen to have mostly PCs with PS2 ports, but I worked on one PC a couple of years ago that didn't have a PS2 port for the mouse or the keyboard. And so I found myself going, gee, I need a keyboard and mouse for this thing, and not having a clue of where I was going to find one. So I had to borrow one of my keyboards from my Mac just so I could boot the machine for the customer and find out what was wrong with the machine. It didn't help me, I still didn't have a mouse, so I had to borrow my mouse from my Mac also, but that was only a 1-button mouse, because the Logitech is a real pain in the ass. It's a 3-button, but it's got a scroll wheel and everything else, but it's got a 5 volts DC mains adapter to charge or recharge the nickel metal hydrides, batteries inside, and of course, yeah, this little wires to deal with. So, the point is, it works. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. So now I have to take care of domestics. I have to take care of cleaning the house. That's what I'm going to do now. So the point is the whole video is specifically on is I wanted you to know I did successfully repair one keyboard. The other one, maybe if I'm lucky, maybe it's just a damaged trace, and maybe just pick up some of that electric rear defroster pen and just go ahead and run over that gently with the pen to maybe repair the trace. The other keyboard will solve the problem. That's something I will consider doing, but for right now anyway, at least people are able to type on the computer and they're able to get things done. And do pray for CP. I don't know when she'll be out of hospital, but please do pray for her. And are we still going to have our live stream for Sunday, August 20th at 6 p.m.? Yes, we are. So please do put that on your calendar, unless there's more likeliness, more people are not going to show, then I will keep it up right now. But if I find out that I'm the only one that's going to be sitting there with Lumi twiddling her thumbs and going, this sucks. Yeah, what suck? Nobody wants to go through that. Okay, I don't, you don't, okay, the public don't. And no, I know I didn't put in my nice SM11 microphone. Sorry about that. I was just trying to get this video in real quick. But anyway, so that's still on. So August 20th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I welcome you to come and join us. I want you to be proud to be here. I want you to have a good time. I want you to ask questions. I want you to feel welcome. And I want you to share it with your friends, your family, your loved ones, your enemies, Kim Jong-un, whoever. You know, I don't particularly have any particular person I don't want my chats to be participated by. Of course I do ask that people who are in the chats to be respectful of the other person. That's the only thing I ever asked for. I never said to you is that you have to act a certain way or be a certain type of personality. So just act sane and normal and respectful, and that would be great. And come with questions, and we'll try, me and Lomi both, we'll do our best to answer them. So that's, again, that will be on August 20th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We're using the same software as we are now. So for now, thank you guys for watching. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.